Welcome to Vape Life with Jarrett. Hope you all are doing well today. Hey, what is that there? Closer, closer, closer. Focus. That's right. It is the VandyVape Bonza RDA. And it is a collaboration with the Vaping Bogan. And we're going to review this sucker. Looking forward to this. Hey, where'd it go? So in the meantime, while I figure out where I put it, so here we are with the VandyVape Bonza RDA by the Vaping Bogan. And this is actually a nicer presentation box than most of the VandyVape with the slide off cardboard sleeve. And I really like this. If packaging matters to you, definitely a little bit nicer packaging. So we have our RDA. I'm gonna set it aside. And then I think this here pulls out. And you have two more drip tips. You get to choose between the Ultim black and Ultim yellowish and the Delrin black. Both similar wide bore. One's a little bit shorter than the other, a little bit lower profile. Otherwise, you pull this out and then you'll have your spares. Get an Allen key for your squonk pin. Spare O-rings, a 510 drip tip adapter, extra post screws. Yeah, it looks like Phillips grub screws. And a flathead screwdriver for none other than the clamps in here, but we'll get onto the deck shortly. This will be a semi review and first look because I have already vaped this. I cleaned it out to use it for this video, just in case any of you are wondering. Now, take in mind this has been used, but I cleaned it off with an ultrasonic cleaner. And these O-rings, come on VandyVape, I know you can do better than that. I think there are fatter O-rings in the packaging. I may be wrong, but I don't know, just something to mention. Starting at the bottom, we have Bonza RDA engraved in it, your serial number. This is to your negative post, and this is your 510 pin. If you're not familiar with that, you could use this on a hybrid mechanical mod, no problem. And with VandyVape, they have the protruding peak insulator. So yeah, definitely safe. And you have your Vaping Bogan. Sorry guys. Engraved, manufactured by VandyVape. Of course, we already knew that. Making our way to the top, we have a skull, the Vaping Bogan logo. The other side is clean. I like that. No VandyVape logo, no nothing. Don't get me wrong, I like the full steam ahead logo. Little deal for VandyVape, such as on the, like the icon. Has the VandyVape logo on one side, icon on the other. The Bogan, just his logo. Digging that. Love this little bit of textured. It's not really knurled. It's textured, but it looks really cool. It is different, and I like that. All right, let's go ahead and remove it. I'm gonna screw it onto this base here. Nice looking drip tip, acrylic. You can kind of see through it, nice conical shape in the top cap. You can run this with a single coil airflow configuration, which is really cool, really cool. There wasn't a whole lot of machine oil or anything like that on this RDA when I did receive it. Like I said, I've used it a little bit and put it back in the box. This right here is your barrel. Airflow, it has 15 holes on each side for your airflow, so plenty of airflow. And nice machining inside the barrel also. No burrs or scratches or anything of that sort, imperfections. I will be running it in dual coil, so let's put it on like so. Put our drip tip in, and let's take a look at that deck. Get a screwdriver. All right, definitely Bogan's RDA because he likes flathead post screws, as do I. I like them. They're sturdy. You don't have to worry about stripping them, anything like that. Just trying to get each one of them loosened, sorry. So there you go. It is a clamp style, so move my fat finger. You lower that and it's like a bridge. It just goes down and down and down, and you capture your leads that way. Now my only gripe with flatheads, I have a bent screwdriver, so shame on me. But it is a pain in the arse to unscrew. For me personally, because I like to kind of press down and get resistance on it, and with flatheads that's always an issue unless it's sitting flat on a table or something like that. Otherwise, really nice. Big fat holes in the blocks, and then you have a drop down gravity drop screws in the center, and they only go up if you pull up on the screw. Otherwise, that's where your leads go, underneath there. Again, the O-rings were kind of weak. I didn't have a problem while I was vaping it prior to this first impression. So time will tell. I may switch it out with O-rings that are in the package and see if that does the trick. And I can update you later or in the comments down below. Let me know if you pre-ordered the Bonza RDA and whether or not you like it. It does have a fairly deep juice well. Looks like 9 millimeters. If I had to guess, I don't have a calibrated tool or anything like that, so again, I can't check it. Not really my cup of tea. But you could check out Daniel at DJ LSB Vapes, and he could probably tell you, unless it is spec'd. Bonza user manual 16. No, it just tells you the kit contents. Otherwise, let's get on to a build and vape this thing. These will be the coils we are using today. Compliments of the Coil Apprentice on Instagram. Check him out if you need some affordable quality coils that are built to your specification and last. So these particular coils I had him build for the Goon, so the leads are both flattened out like that. You can, if you have him build you coils, you can request them to be out velocity style. That's just the way I like them. So you want to slide them in there, one on one side, one on the other, and then when we do the other side, it'll be the same way. One in there and one up here. So it makes it really easy to clip your leads. And I happen to like that quite a bit. So I slide them in there about where I want it and kind of hold the lead down so I can pop this clamp up. I like mine out kind of far, but that's all really preference. I like to keep it even. And I notice it does pull a little bit. Even it up and then do the other one the same way. So this bad boy does come with a squonk pin. We won't be squonking it today. So we go ahead and clip that. And clip that as clean as you can. And then put in the other coil. Same thing, line your coils up to where they're even to the way you had it on the other side. I'll hold the lead on the bottom for the clamp, because remember, it's going to pull up. It's not actually clamping down, it's clamping upward, if that makes sense. But yeah, just like that. Now it's straight, so I can clamp the other one down. So I went through and I tightened each screw down moderately. And in most cases, once you dry burn it and get it glowing evenly, you're going to want to heat it up again. So line the coil up to your liking. I like them about like that. Just like that. Now I'm going to lift this coil up here and clip these leads out from underneath it. About like that. We'll just lift it enough. I don't want to mess the coil up. We just got to get it up enough so we can get to that lead and clip it. And that should do right there. Clip and clip. So on most RDAs these days, to get better flavor or to maintain good flavor, you want to see how the airflow kind of sets below the coil, and that's what you want. You should be able to see the coil through it. And if you want it out, you can pull the coil out by putting a jig in it and holding against it and pulling towards you with the jig. Just make sure you don't pull it out really far so it doesn't touch the top cap when you have it all together. These coils look fairly good, and that's where I want them. Now I'm actually gonna make this one flat across and line it up with the top of my deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss mine on the Alien. So of course we have a new load, and it's actually reading really low. And we're gonna have to adjust it. Now I knew it was gonna come out low. I had a pretty good idea it was gonna be about 0.1, which is fine because I'm wanting to run it on a dual parallel mechanical box mod, similar to how the Bogan himself vapes. So let's go ahead and glow them, strum them, juice them up, and we'll get back out to FaceTime and I'll tell you what I think of it. Now you don't want to use too high of a wattage when you first pulse, so I'm starting at like 65 watts. If you want to take photos, this is when you would start. When you first start pulsing it, that's when you're going to get color. Kind of like that. It will take a little longer. Now these are heating up fairly evenly. We just do a little strum with my ceramic tweezers. A little pinch, squeeze it, give it another pulse. We're not gonna be taking any pictures today, so I'm gonna burn right through it. So you keep doing that until we get it glowing evenly. Now I went ahead and bumped it up to 80 watts on normal mode, which that's just your preheat function, soft, normal, or hard. Other mods have similar settings, but they may be called something a little different, or they may have a max setting. Today we're just going to use normal mode with 80 watts. See if I can get them glowing evenly. We're still getting hot spots, so you keep strumming and working them. Looking pretty good. 80 watts. Staged to glowing. Let's prime it with the juice we want to use and wick it up. Now generally at this point, once you've dry burned and get ready to prime your coils, you'll want to go through and tighten up your screws just a little bit. So we're glowing nicely. I will be using Ends Game Pink today. It's not a super amazing juice, fairly simple juice. I just know how it tastes and I want to try it out on this RDA. So I have a good starting point for flavor comparison. Now you guys have seen me wick before. This is no different. If you'd like to check out a wicking tutorial, go back and watch the RDA. I may show stuffing the cotton down, otherwise we're going to move on to vaping it. So appreciate you guys watching, and let's move on to the wicking. Now you've seen my wicking technique before, and generally I would thin out my cotton, but I put a fairly thin amount in here, so I just want to kind of comb through the top just a little bit, enough to make it fluffy again, because we don't want to comb out half our wicks. I'll just try to thin them out so they all match. Otherwise we'll clip them, and you can measure it based on how deep your juice well is. Let's see, that kind of matches the bottom here. That's about as far as you want to go. Some people like more cotton than others, and that's okay. That's more about preference than anything. There's no right or wrong way. It's all about how you want to vape it. Now this does have a particularly deep juice well to hold quite a bit of juice for when you're squonking. We won't be squonking it today, but basically you want your cotton down. You don't want to pack it down. Kind of general rule of thumb is I want to see the bottom of the deck. Now the more cotton you put in there, a lot of people will say, oh, the flavor's better because you're taking up deck space. Nah, that may be true, but I would rather my cotton and coil longevity be better than a little bit of minute amount of flavor difference. All right, so let's go back up and talk about it. Actually, let's juice it up. 1, 2, 3. I just put a few drops in there. Cover the coil, click the firing button just for a split second. And we'll just keep doing what we're doing until she's wet and ready to rock and roll. See you back up top. All right, good to see you guys again. So that was the down close portion of the Bonza RDA by the Vaping Bogan and VandyVape. And what did I think about it? I dig it quite a bit. I actually like it a lot. I love the tiny airflow holes. It's smooth. I cut down 6 of them. I only run 9 of the holes. So, I mean, it's preference mostly. I like a restricted lung hit, not like super restricted. I kind of like it in the middle of clouds and flavor. I have it on my Geek Vape Mech Pro dual parallel, running safely with 2 Samsung 25Rs, and I also have 2 Sony VTC 5s that I use in this, but I generally use the 25Rs. I like the way they perform. Putting coils in it is a breeze compared to a lot of the RDAs on the market. I like this. So if you see this Bogan, I dig it. I really like it quite a bit. Otherwise, cons, I don't really see any real cons other than the O-ring tolerance. I haven't known that to be much of a VandyVape issue, so it may just be these O-rings, and I'll do a follow-up maybe in the comments and pin it to the top if when I switch to O-rings, if that does help or not. For now, it's fine. You can't really like jerk the mod around or anything by it, but it holds just fine. And this is a heavy mech. So furthermore, great job VandyVape. You kind of knocked it out of the park with this one. Also enjoyed the Kylan and the Icon. This isn't to my top, it's in my top 10 for sure of RDAs. I think it'd probably be in the top 5 of what I'll be vaping for a while. Other than that, if you guys have any comments, leave them down below. This is just a build, wick, and review of the Bonza RDA, which was highly anticipated by me because I really was looking forward to it. And I haven't been let down. I have the rainbow version here with me. I don't have any others to give away right now, but maybe in the future, once I hit a certain amount of subscribers, then I will start doing giveaways. So stick around, share this video with your friends, and hit that like button to help support me a little bit. It does help motivate me to make more videos and more content. And I do apologize for this one being so long, but on that note, let's get out of here. If I missed anything or you think that I missed something, comment it down below, please. And you guys have a great day and vape on. So I did want to mention that the flavor is exceptional on this device, and I'm really enjoying it. I kind of skipped over that part, got a little excited because I'm digging using it. Didn't really know what else to say. Overall, easy build. Wick, easy. Deep juice well is a pro. Cons, maybe the O-rings on the bottom. Again, I'll pin a post to let you know, or I'll post on Instagram. Otherwise, it's a rocking device, and I think they did a great job. The drip tip's a pro. The flathead post screws are pros. Squonk pin, definitely a pro. And it vapes really nice on a dual parallel with a 0.1 ohm build. So take it for what it's worth. This has been Vape Life with Jared, and have a great day.